The most dominant driver in Formula One might be thinking about walking away, not in 5 years, not at the end of his contract, but possibly as soon as this season. And if that happens, F1 doesn't just lose a champion, it loses its entire center of gravity. Max Verstappen is under contract with Red Bull through 2028, but there's a potential early exit clause. And now he's openly questioning whether he even wants to stay in Formula One. Veteran broadcaster David Croft says these aren't empty comments. He believes Verstappen means exactly what he's saying. The issue? Verstappen is not enjoying the current direction of the sport, especially with upcoming regulations, and if that doesn't change, he could walk away. This didn't come out of nowhere. Verstappen has never presented himself as someone who wants a 20-year F1 career. From early on, he's been clear he values life outside racing, family, freedom, other forms of competition, and now, after years at the top, that mindset is starting to matter more. At the same time, Formula One is heading into a major transition phase. New regulations, new technical direction, more structured racing formats. For some drivers, that's evolution. For Verstappen, it may feel like restriction, and that's where this becomes bigger than just one driver. Because when the sport's most dominant figure starts questioning the product itself, that sends a message across the entire paddock. Inside Red Bull, this creates real pressure because you're not just managing performance, you're managing motivation. And if your lead driver loses that edge, everything changes. Let's be clear, this is not about money. This is not about wins. This is about fulfillment. Verstappen has already built a legacy that most drivers never reach. Multiple championships, consistent dominance, total control over race weekends. So the usual motivations, titles, records, contracts don't carry the same weight. What matters now is enjoyment. And that's where the risk begins, because Formula One is evolving into a more controlled environment. More regulation, more standardization, less driver influence in certain areas. For a driver like Verstappen, whose identity is built on control, instinct, and raw competition, that shift can feel limiting. Now layer in the danger factor. Motorsport is inherently risky, and when a driver starts questioning whether the passion is still there, that's not something teams can ignore. Because at this level, hesitation is costly. David Croft's point is critical here. Verstappen has a track record of saying exactly what he means. He's not a driver who floats ideas for attention. If he's talking about leaving, it's because the thought is real. Now consider the strategic impact on Red Bull. If there's even a small chance Verstappen exits early, the team has to prepare now. Driver development, contract planning, long-term stability, because replacing a generational driver isn't just difficult, it's almost impossible. And for Formula One as a whole, this is a brand issue. Verstappen isn't just winning races, he's defining the era. Losing him early would create a vacuum, not just in performance, but in identity. Reactions are already divided. Some fans understand it, they see a driver who's achieved everything and wants more balance in life. Others are frustrated. They believe the face of the sport shouldn't be talking about leaving during his prime. Then there's the debate about Formula One itself. Is the sport becoming too structured, too controlled, too far from what drivers actually enjoy? Media voices are taking this seriously. Because when a four-time champion questions the direction of the sport, it forces a larger conversation. Formula One adjusts. The new regulations still evolve, but with more input from drivers. Verstappen finds renewed motivation, Red Bull stays dominant, and the sport keeps its biggest star fully engaged. That outcome keeps stability and protects the current era. Nothing changes. Verstappen follows through. He steps away earlier than expected, possibly before his contract ends. Red Bull is forced into a rebuild, and Formula One loses its most recognizable competitive force overnight. That outcome shifts the entire landscape. So here's the question, is Max Verstappen simply being honest about his future? Or is this a warning sign that Formula One is heading in the wrong direction? And if he actually walks away, who carries the sport next? Let me know what you think in the comments. And for more high-level analysis like this, subscribe to SPORTSWIRE USA.